Hey guys, Captain Orlando Muniz here with Nomad Fishing. We all know how important a good fish finder is to both bottom fishing and also bait fishing. And recently I decided to upgrade my bottom machine from the Garmin 4212, and I added a second machine, a Furuno FCV1150. This video takes you through the entire process from start to finish, and you can see a lot of the details that went into the project. Overall, I was very satisfied with the outcome, and pretty soon we're going to be putting it to use and bringing you some new videos, maybe with some more bottom fishing, even some deep dropping. Hope you enjoy. I had been planning this change for a while now, so it was with a lot of excitement that I finally opened the box and started unpacking everything and getting everything ready for the installation. Since we're going from one unit to two, and we have a very limited amount of space in the console, we had to take some precise measurements and make sure that both units were going to fit in the dash, and we are confident that they will fit. For the new transducer, I selected an Airmar B265LH, which is a 1000-watt unit, and it's also chirp capable. Here you see the cable with the pigtail that's going to be connected to the back of the machine. With Furuno, it's a little more complicated. It's not just plug and play. The first step in the process is to eliminate the old dash. We're also going to eliminate this cubby hole you see here that I used to use for storage. All that is going to get cut out. It's going to get sanded down and repainted, and then we're going to come in with a new panel. We cut around the dash, leaving only about an inch all the way around that we're going to use to secure the new panel, which is going to be made of King starboard from Taco Marine. Before cutting into the starboard, we made a template in order to double check all of our measurements. Next, we were off to the fiberglass shop where we were going to install the transducer as well as make some upgrades in the bilge area. Although not finished yet, you can see it looks a lot cleaner and a lot better. Here you can get a better look at your transducer from the underside of the boat. As you can see, it's all glassed in and we've repainted with some anti-fouling paint. Here you can see some unrelated work to the transom. We had a larger opening for the live well close and installed a new through-hull fitting. Now we just need to bottom paint. Because this panel is so large and the opening is so small, we had to make it a split panel, but we designed it in such a way where you won't be able to see where the two pieces meet. Here we're just making some holes to attach it and also making some countersinks so that the screws do not protrude. Here's a better shot from the inside. As you can see, everything has been through bolted with stainless steel screws and nylon lock nuts to keep everything safe and secure. Now it's time to wire up this bad boy. As you can see, it's not your typical plug and play. You need someone with a fair amount of skill with soldering and that type of thing in order to make all your connections. Here we're soldering the pigtail. This is the pigtail that's going to connect right into the unit, and also our temperature gauge. Heat shrink is also a good idea when you're making these connections. And here you have all the wires already connected. There's some copper tape that we put around the units. This helps with the installation and with the performance. And here we're actually just putting the wires into place. As you can see, there's a special tool you use to open these slots, and then they just pop into the machine. And everything's got to be secured with those brackets, those metal brackets you see there. That'll keep wires from popping out in the future. And as you can see, it's just a little step-by-step, tedious, very tedious procedure. There are two of these plugs. One works your high frequency and the other your low frequency. You have to make sure everything goes into the right spot. If not, you may end up with a unit that is not performing correctly. Now we're getting ready to add a power cable. We're using 14 gauge tin marine wire, and we are using 2 ring terminals. Some of you may be wondering why we're not using heat shrink. Well, in reality, this is all going to go inside the unit, so heat shrink here would not, really benefit us in any way. Furuno actually provides these ring terminals. Once everything is in its final position, you want to go ahead and tighten these clamps down. These clamps are what helps secure all your cables and your connections. Here we have one missing wire for the power. Want to make sure we move that in there where it doesn't interfere with anything else, and tighten that down. The black cable you see on the left is for your temperature gauge, and that's a separate pigtail that you have to purchase separately. It costs about 50 bucks, and you can wire that directly into your harness when you're putting the machine together. Here we're just putting on the final lid and making sure everything is nice and tight. The compass had some air in it, so we decided to go ahead and fill it too and give it some little TLC. And here's the final product. As you can see, we also installed a VHF radio as well as an AM FM. Here's your night view of the dash. Everything came out very clean. Now it's up and running, and we can mark big schools of pilchards very easily. Well, I'm going to leave you here on this note. As you can see, our first trip out after the installation was a success. In some very rough seas, we hooked and fought this white marlin to the boat. Although we did not get a good picture or video of the fish, you get a small glimpse at it right before it broke off boat side. Well, till next time, happy fishing and tight lines. This is Captain Muniz with Nomad Fishing. Oh my God.